Now to officially start our meeting, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Batchel, would you lead us, please?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start this morning with item B, which is approval of the regular session minutes.
Watch the session because I have to. We have something.
We'll start it again. Approval of the regular session minutes of 2/10/2021. Board, you've had these to review in advance. Are there any questions or concerns or anything that needs to be eliminated?
None.
Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to move item H, the members' comments, up before item C, as we have, I believe Julian Nisbet is with us this morning from the Health Department. Julian, are you with us today?
Yep, good morning. Thank you very
Good
much
morning.
for having me this morning. Just want to give a brief update on where we're at with things. So things are continuing to look good. Our case rates per 100,000 over the last 2 weeks are down to just over 300. Those are rates that we were looking at back in the fall before we started to kind of see an uptick before the holidays. So that is looking good. We want to continue on that downward trend and trajectory though. So still want everyone to kind of remain vigilant with all of the precautions they're taking. As far as vaccination goes, Ohio, as far as their first doses, are just over 11%, and with second dose administrations are just over 4%. For Clermont County, we are at 9.68, so just getting ready to tip over into that 10%. Hopefully, we got clinics rolling today, so lots more people being vaccinated. With that, so we are at 19,990 individuals that have received their first dose, 6,615 who've received their second dose, which is just a little bit over 3%. So we do have kind of this week and next week very heavy into second dose clinics on it. So, you know, depending on if we're administering Moderna or Pfizer, either 28 days later or 21 days later, we're administering those second doses with it. So you do see kind of a waxing and a waning with first doses and second doses as we get those administered and get them pushing out. We are looking as public health to try to look at expanding our clinic space, maybe to some offsite locations. So continuing to look at a couple things throughout the county to see how we might be able to increase our throughput. I do want to make everyone aware that the CDC did come out with adjustments to the quarantine guidelines on it, and they basically have indicated they're using the same kind of theory with COVID-19 that they know once you get the disease, you have about 90 days immunity afterwards where you would not have to be re-quarantined if you were exposed to an individual. So you have that immunity. So right now they are applying that same kind of theory to the vaccine on it. So if it is a 2-dose series, 2 weeks after you receive your second dose of vaccine, if it's a 1-dose series, 2 weeks after that, once you've been fully immunized after that time period, you again are going to have a 90-day window where you would not have to be quarantined. Now, I do not want people to think under any circumstances that means the vaccine's only good for 90 days. That's not what we're saying. This was just the kind of, I think, the first change. As we know with COVID, things continuously morph and change. It was a new virus, and now we're dealing with a new vaccine, and we just don't have enough research yet on how long that immunity is going to last us. So I do anticipate that that will likely continue to kind of change and extend out over time once we get more information coming in about how vaccine is going to impact that. So that's really all I have for an update, unless you have questions for me.
No questions this morning. Thank you for all you do, and keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Thanks for being with us. Mr. Eichel, this morning you have Phil Pumphrey with us this morning.
We do. So, Phil, are you on the call with us this morning?
Yes, I am. Just 1 second. Start my video feed. Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you, Tom. My name is Phil Pumphrey. I'm with First Transit here on an interim basis, and I have about 40 years in the transit industry. Started my career as a bus driver. Most recently served in Duluth, Minnesota, and I'm happy to be here. And I am certainly not lacking for anything to do.
I just wanted to give Phil an opportunity to meet the board, so I asked him to attend session so he at least sees how the board runs session every week and give him a little FaceTime with the board. So I know I talked to you about him already, but now you get to see him. So
And
he's
the
working hard and
explanation-
he's providing, he has a lot of experience, so we're real excited to have him as our interim GM.
And just for public knowledge, what department are we talking this morning now?
Clermont Transportation Connection runs our bus service.
That's correct.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Phil, for joining us this morning. Now we have your face. We see you. Thank you.
Phil, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down to this warm southern area from Minnesota. It looks
I
like
want to thank you all for having a heat wave for me.
it looks like you might have brought a little snow and maybe some ice with you. From our perspective.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
better than that than sub-zero temperatures.
Oh,
You
yes.
bet. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. Board, are there any concerns after you've reviewed the consent agenda or anything that needs to be removed this morning? If not, could I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, we'll move to the non-consent agenda, page 7, item number 17. Before us this morning, we have a recommendation, the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution number 021-21, resolving to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $2,798,854.70, as set forth in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated February 17, 2021, BCC directed prepaid invoices reports, and the procurement card transaction report as presented by the county auditor on February 16, 2021, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for same pursuant to section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Item number 18, County Engineer's Office. Good morning, Craig.
Morning, Craig Reisner, County Engineer's Office. Item 18 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans with concurrence of Thomas Eigel to approve the request to advertise for bids for project number RS-0221 for the 2021 road resurfacing program located in various townships and the village of Williamsburg. Pursuant to the specifications therefore, and to authorize the clerk of the board to place a legal notice in the paper of general circulation on 2/25/21 with bids to be received until 2 p.m. local time on Thursday, 3/11/21 in the office of the Board of County Commissioners, where they will be publicly opened and read aloud shortly thereafter. This notice is also posted on the Clermont County internet site at the following website location.
Board, you've heard the motion to approve the request to advertise for bids for project RS-02-21 relative to the 2021 road resurfacing program located in various townships in the village of Williamsburg. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Hey, Craig, in this particular bid, what's the total mileage of roadway? Do you have that?
I do. This is a large resurfacing program for us. Last year was not this big. The total construction is a little over $4 million, including funds from the County Engineer's Office, Batavia Township, Williamsburg Township, and the Village of Williamsburg. And we're going to resurface 38 miles of roads. And they'll be included in this contract is also 16 miles of roadway repairs, with full depth repairs.
Any further discussion?
And just so people who are listening, when you say full depth repairs, you're going through the existing road surface, right?
Yeah, they'll grind out usually a foot deep section and specific locations that require. One of the inspectors for the engineer's office will go out and actually physically delineate areas that need to be full depth repairs, and they'll make those repairs prior to the final course of asphalt.
Got it. Thank you, Craig.
Any other discussion?
Yep.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Item number 19, Craig, again.
Item 19 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to adopt resolution number 022-21 to convert a combined performance maintenance bond in the amount listed below for the construction of streets in the stated lengths in the following subdivision in Batavia Township. This is Lexington Run, Champion Crossing 4B. The performance bond is $24,000. We're going to release that and convert it to a $10,000 maintenance bond.
Board, you've heard the reading of, to adopt the resolution number 022-21 to convert combined performance maintenance bond in the amounts listed below. It's with Batavia Township, and it has to do with the Lexington Run Champions Crossing subdivision. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Item number 20.
Item 20 is recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293265, the replat of lots in the following subdivision in Stone Lake Township. It's Patchell Meadows subdivision, replats of lot 25 and 34, and the purpose is to create new lot numbers 25A and 34A.
Board, you heard the reading of the motion to execute record plat number 629-3265 for the replats of lots in the following subdivision located in Stone Lake Township, Patchell Meadows subdivision, to create new lot numbers 25A and 34A. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Item number 21.
Item 21 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293266 for Billingsley subdivision, Section 2, Block A, located in Batavia Township. This is a 3-lot section of a subdivision, and there are no street or sidewalk bonds associated with this section.
Board, you heard the reading and execute record plat 629-3266 for the Billingsley subdivision, Section 2, Block B, located within Batavia Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Item number 22.
Item 22 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293267 for the replats of lots in the following subdivision in Batavia Township. This is MacArthur subdivision, Block C, and a replat of lots 44 and 54, and the purpose is to create new lot number 54D.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute record plat number 629-3267 for replat of lots in Batavia Township, MacArthur subdivision, Block C, to recreate new lot number 54D. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Thank you, Craig. Item number
Thank you.
20. Item number 23. Sheriff's Office.
Recommendation, yes, ma'am. This is James Maloney, Administrator for the Sheriff's Office. Recommendation of Robert S. Leahy, County Sheriff, with concurrence of Thomas J. Eichel, County Administrator, to authorize Claire B. Corcoran, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the pre-award conditions forms as the designated subgrantee and as it relates to the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant, known as JAG. Application for funding theretofore electronically filed with the Ohio Department of Public Safety Office of Criminal Justice Services on or about June 3rd, 2020, relative to the Justice Assistant Grant JAG program entitled Clermont County Drug Unit. This is for the period of 1/1/20 21 through 12/31/21, and as required thereby for the receipt of funding therefore, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth herein. This is one of our drug grants that we've had. It's the oldest drug grant that has been with the Sheriff's Office. The grant itself is $85,000. There is a county match of $28,333 for a total grant of $113,333.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute the pre-award condition forms as designated sub-grantee and as it relates to the Edward Burney Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, known as JAG, application for funding. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 24.
The recommendation of Robert S. Leahy, County Sheriff, with concurrence of Thomas J. Eichel, County Administrator, to authorize Claire B. Corcoran, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the Federal Equitable Sharing Agreement and certification by and among the federal government, U.S. Department of Justice, Asset Forfeiture and Money Laundering Section, the U.S. Department of Treasury Executive Office for Asset Forfeiture, the Clermont County Sheriff, and the Board of County Commissioners for the Sheriff's Office for the period of 12/31/20, and resolving to certify that the County Sheriff, Board of County Commissioners are in compliance with the provisions of the Justice and/or Treasury guides during the reporting period and in compliance with the National Code of Professional Conduct for asset forfeiture pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth herein. What this is this is an annual certification, and it is to certify the federal funds that we receive. We have to report on those every year, the amount we receive, as well as what we spent them for. This is 2020s, and we did not receive any federal funds through forfeitures last year.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute the Federal Equitable Sharing Agreement and certification by and among the federal government, and it is the annual certification to certify receipts and expenditures therein. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 25. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Palmer?
It'll be
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Captain Clermont County Jail. I have with me Mandy Lane. She is the Administrative Assistant for our Medical Services Provider, Southern Health Partners. Basically, recommendation of Joseph Palmer, Jail Administrator, with concurrent of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to execute the county agreement, electronic medical records, hardware, and software, by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and Core EMR LC, 430 West 200 North, P.O. Box 702, Midway, Utah, 84049, for the provision of an electronic medical record system for the Clermont County Jail with an initial setup fee of $15,000, as well as a county software license agreement for software support and upgrades at a monthly service rate of $1.50 per inmate per month based on the average daily inmate count of 350 inmates for a period of 1 year upon execution, with an automatic renewal option for 1 year terms, not to exceed 4 renewal terms pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein and contingent upon the issuance and receipt of a purchase order thereafter. Basically what this is bringing our inmate medical records into the 21st century. Currently, it's all paper, and this would increase the efficiency. And I'd like to note this is going to be funded with inmate commissary funds, so no taxpayer money will be used for this.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute the county agreement electronic medical records hardware software by and between the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, and Core EMR LC. And this is with the county software license agreement and the original setup fee of $15,000. And this is with the inmates' commission money and no taxpayer money involved in this. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Captain.
Thank you.
Item number 26.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Cascaden. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
John Cascaden, Director of the Department of Public Safety Services. Item 26, upon my recommendation with the concurrence of Greg Bickford, Assistant County Administrator, to execute extension number 3 to the contract for services, maintenance and repair services for the generators located at the 11 Clermont County tower sites by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County and Buckeye Power Sales Incorporated, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on February 29, 2016, and subsequently amended on June 13, 2016, August 10, 2016, and January 17, 2018, and previously extended on February 27, 2019, and February 5th, 2020. To exercise the third and final option to extend for an additional period of 1 year effective March 1st, 2021 through February 28th, 2022, in concert with cost detail sheet identified in Exhibit A attached thereto and made a part thereof, as estimated annual cost of $15,996. Purpose 2, and in compliance with Article 14 of the aforestated contract, with all other terms and conditions therein to remain in full force and effect, contingent upon the release and receipt of a purchase order required therefore, in concert with requisition number 0000286-000, dated 1/21/21. Therefore, relative to.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute extension number 3 to the contract for services for maintenance and repair services for the generators located at the Clermont County tower sites by and between the Buckeye Power Sales Company, and to exercise the third and final option to extend for an additional period of 1 year effective 3/1/2021 through 2/28/2022. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Board.
Item number 27.
Good morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Clermont County Water Resources Department, and item number 27 is a recommendation to execute a real estate purchase contract between the Board of County Commissioners and Wayne Township Board of Trustees at 6320 State Route 133 Goshen for the purchase of 6.473 acres of land for parcel number 50-11-04 period-013 located at 794 Wright Street in Wayne Township at the purchase price of $74,935.35 with no earnest funds to be paid and the total purchase price payable at closing pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein and in concert with project numbers 6402-60116 and 6402-60117 relative to the construction of the Newtonsville Area Collection System Assessment Project and the Newtonsville Wastewater Treatment Plant Project, respectively, located in Wayne Township and contingent upon the release of the necessary purchase order. So the purchase of this property would be for the construction of the wastewater treatment plant for the Newtonsville sewer project, and some of the sanitary sewers would be installed across this property as well.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute the real estate purchase contract by and between the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, and Wayne Township Board of Trustees. And this is for 6.473 acres of land, parcel number 50-11-04.-013, located at 794 Wright Street in Wayne Township at the purchase price of $74,935.35. And this is relative to the construction of the Newtonsville Area Collection System, and this is for the wastewater new treatment plant. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 28.
Item 28 is a recommendation to execute a contract for professional services between the Board of County Commissioners and Stantec Consulting Services Incorporated out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And this is for project number 6402-60192 relative to the Derbyshire Area Sanitary Sewer Evaluation Study Project located in Miami Township in accordance with the consultant's proposal dated December 21st, 2020, as identified in Exhibit A, for a total amount not to exceed $107,219. Said services to be completed within 212 consecutive calendar days upon issuance of a written notice to proceed from the Clermont County Water Resources Department, exclusive of county review time pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and contingent upon the release of the necessary purchase order.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute a contract for professional services by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the Stantec Consulting Services Incorporated. And this is for project number 6402-60192 relative to the Derbyshire Area Sanitary Sewer Evaluation Study Project located in Miami Township for a total amount not to exceed $107,219. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Thank you, Lyle. Item number 29.
Thank you.
Good morning, Sherry Smar, Community and Economic Development. I have a recommendation of Michael McNamara, Director, Department of Community and Economic Development, with the concurrence of Greg Bickford, Assistant County Administrator, to execute change order number 1 to the contract with Ford Development Corporation located at 11148 Woodward Lane, Cincinnati, Ohio. Previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on September 9th, 2020 for project number 2017-02 relative to the Village of Bethel South Union Street Bridge Replacement Project in concert with the Clermont County Community Development Block Grant for fiscal year 2017, which represents an increase in the amount of $5,800 for a total adjusted contract price to date of $233,057 for additions, deletions, and/or modifications thereto, and defined therein and contingent upon the release and receipt of the purchase order required.
Board, you've heard the reading and recommendation to execute change order number 1 to the contract with Ford Development Corporation, and this is for project 2017-02 relative to the Village of Bethel South Union Street Bridge Replacement Project. It represents an increase in the amount of $5,800 for a total adjusted contract price to date of $233,057. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Thank you, Sherry.
Thanks, Sherry.
Item number 30. Good morning.
Hi, I'm Emily Akers with the LMB. I have a recommendation from Mary Kay Raines, the Director, Office of Management and Budget, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to resolve to approve and authorize changes in the annual appropriation resolution number 191-20 for calendar year 2021 pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code Section 5705.40 as outlined in the following table, and to authorize Linda L. Fraley, County Auditor, to properly record the same. We have 3 supplemental appropriations They are all for retirement payouts. One for the prosecutor civil division for $45,448. Another for the prosecutor civil division, $12,180, and then prosecutor common pleas criminal for $28,391.
Board, you've heard the reading to resolve and to approve the authorized changes to the annual appropriation resolution number 191-20, and this is for 4 retirement payouts. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none?
It was 3 payouts.
It was 3? Thank you. Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. That's concluded our non-consent agenda this morning. Are there any additions to the agenda this morning?
No, ma'am.
Hearing none, we'll move on to executive session this morning. Board, we're requesting an executive session pursuant to Section 121.22G2 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the sale of property at a competitive bidding. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. We have returned from executive session. We are back. There were no actions taken, no decisions made, and we will now move on for our regular agenda this morning. I'm asking to move item I. It is a public hearing time at 11 o'clock a.m. for a proposed vacation of a portion of Mount Carmel Tabasco Road, C-87, situated within Union Township, 21-0111-001. Today is the date that we're moving forward on this. If anyone has not signed in, would you please do so to be part of the official record? Good morning. We have Craig Reisner with us, the Deputy Surveyor, County Engineers Report. Craig, are you with us?
Morning.
Morning.
Craig Reisner, County Engineers Office. Today we have a request to vacate excess right-of-way on the west side of Mount Carmel Tabasco Road. The total amount of the proposed vacation is 0.169 acres. And this is excess right-of-way from part of an ODOT and Transportation Improvement District project, CLE-32-0.63. The requested vacation is contained in 3 parcel numbers, all owned by the Board of County Commissioners. Parcel number 413213A018, 321, and 307. If the board approves this vacation, there'll be no reduction in the Clermont County road mileage ODOT certification, and there will be no landlocked parcels. We have a survey and a description that's been provided by Stantec Incorporated, Columbus, Ohio, and the survey and description is accurate and acceptable for road vacation purposes. If the board approves the vacation, the survey and description will be filed in the tax map office and the parcels will be created. At 9 a.m. This morning, February 17, 2021, we had a viewing. It was attended by Commissioner Batchelor, Commissioner Corcoran, and Commissioner Painter, and there were no residents attended the viewing.
Thank you. And let the record show this morning that we have Joseph Mooney, the Assistant Prosecuting Attorney from Clermont County Prosecutor's Office, who will be swearing in those present intending to give testimony at this public hearing on this date. Do we have any proponent testimony this morning?
No, ma'am.
Hearing none, do we have any opponent testimony on the request to vacate that portion of Mount Carmel Tabasco Road, C-87 in Union Township?
No, ma'am.
Hearing none, would anyone else like to comment this morning on the request to vacate the same portion of property? Hearing none. For the record, has there been any correspondence, Holly, received relative to the request to vacate this portion?
There has not, Commissioner Corcoran.
Thank you. Hearing none again, then we will close this public hearing this morning. Is there any other comments by the board this morning?
No.
The hearing is closed. Thank you. Now we'll move on to our regular agenda this morning. Item G, any county staff elected official discussion this morning. Mr. Bickford, anything on the animal shelter today?
Just give you a brief update. We continue on making repairs to the facility, upgrading it. I think the rodent infestations are taken care of. They are working on sanitizing the ceiling tiles. And I believe this week they're starting the outdoor kennel runs. So we're on track to open the facility to the public probably the first week in March.
Great.
Caleb Peterson has his staff intact. We have one more hire to make. We have a couple of interviews this week. That'll complete out the staff. And we have, I believe right now, we have 14 dogs in the facility. I believe 9 of them are on court case holds. And then we have rescues that are helping us with the adoption. So right now we have no dogs available for adoption. Hopefully that will change here in the near future. We are looking at a fee structure for adoptions that we will be presenting to the board and going to require public hearings in the near future. So we'll have more information on that soon. But all things considered, the shelter's doing well. Renovations are progressing. It's definitely going to be an upgraded facility when it's ready to go.
Thank you. I reviewed those renovations myself, and they're doing a marvelous job over there, cleaning it up and taking down the old cages that were in disrepair and really cleaning the place up, including all the towels folded and the new laundry facilities, and it looks wonderful. Any member comments this morning?
Mr. Corcoran, before we move on,
Yes.
I'd like to make a request. Could we take a 10-minute recess from this meeting?
Sure.
Okay. Like to do that? If you would call this meeting from regular session into recess.
I'd like to make a motion to move this meeting into a recess for 10 minutes this morning. Do I have that motion?
Yes.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, thank you. We will be back in 10 minutes. Thank you. We're back in from recess, and now let's move back to any additions. Are there any additions to the agenda this morning?
Commissioners, I've prepared a resolution for consideration by the board. It's subsequent to the conclusion of the public hearing that we did have earlier today. This is a resolution recommending to adopt resolution number 2321, determining to vacate a portion of Mount Carmel Tabasco Road, County Road 87, in Union Township, Clermont County, Ohio, as described therein, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 555304 of the Ohio Revised Code. And we would need a motion to add this.
Right.
And then I will read this again if you would like me to.
Yes, please.
I'd make a motion to add resolution number 023-21 to our agenda.
I'll second.
Could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. And Holly, could you read the motion
Again,
for us?
Commissioners, this is the recommendation to adopt Resolution 2321, determining to vacate a portion of Mount Carmel Tabasco Road, County Road 87 in Union Township, as described therein, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 555304 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Do we have a motion to adopt that resolution 023-21 this morning?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Any other additions this morning? Now we'll move back to our member comments. Any member comments this morning?
No, just talking about Julianne Nisbet's talk that she gave this morning about, vaccinations. Obviously, there are many, many people in Clermont County very, very excited about getting the opportunity to be vaccinated. We're no different than any other county throughout the United States. Vaccine availability obviously has a lot to do with the ability of how many people you can vaccinate. So, we're hoping that this one shot that comes up with Johnson is a game changer. I know I've been on a few Zoom meetings and call-in meetings that the governor talked about, and that has been part of the subject of those discussions every time, was the fact that, we're limited to the number of people that can be vaccinated due to the actual vaccine availability. So, hopefully that changes. I mean, it was good to hear that 19,900 people in Clermont County have had a first dose, and then another 6,650 have had a second. So, hope that moves on, quickly and efficiently, and they can backfill the need there and get that vaccine on the ground where it's needed.
I will say, from working up at the call center last week, it was taking calls from residents calling in. They're anxious, but they put their name on the list. They don't realize how many are on that list waiting. But at least people, at first they thought people might be afraid to take it, but obviously in Clermont County, people are anxious to get that and be able to move on with their lives.
In addition to that, we've had some terrible weather the past few days, but total hats off to Wade Grabowski and his staff for spending the night and keeping all of our facilities open for us. The parking lots and the sidewalks were very well done, and this board, I know everyone, the county employees, appreciate all their hard work.
And don't forget those with the engineers department who are
very much so
out there
doing the
sitting
roads
in front of those plow trucks and away from their family and treating these roads.
Absolutely.
Difficult weather to operate under and difficult conditions to make better. So
very much so.
Looking forward to that 40 degrees this weekend, right?
Absolutely.
And all the mud.
All the slush.
Yes.
And if I could just add, not only just the county, but the township.
Yes.
Keeping their township roads that lead into state roads and county roads, I think driving around, they've done a fantastic job with what they had to work with.
You bet.
Great. Great. Well, if we have nothing else this morning, then I'd ask for a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Thank you for joining us this morning. Take care of your loved ones.